Hello and welcome. My name is Katy Moses. I'm founder and MD of KAM Media, and I'm delighted to be here recording this blog for Bums on Seats. Today, I'm going to take you through how to gain and retain Gen Z as customers within hospitality. So, who are Gen Z? Generally speaking, and there are some different sort of terminologies out there, but generally speaking, they are born in the mid-1990s to 2010. So they're aged 11 to 25. For the purpose of this particular presentation, we're looking at sort of the 18 to 25 years plus, because obviously we're thinking about them being in hospitality and eating and drinking accordingly. Now, there's a little bit of perception about Gen Z that they would rather use social media than have an actual conversation, that they are rather be at home watching Netflix than they would be in the pub, that they're only interested in colourful bowls of food that they can put on Instagram. But Generation Z remain key customers for the hospitality industry. They may well connect digitally, but they collect physically in cafes, in bars, in pubs and restaurants. And in 2019, when we ran the original Generation Z research, around 20% of Gen Z's proportional disposable income was actually spent in hospitality. They're also, of course, more likely to order via delivery, which is something that the pandemic has increased, has become more important too. So this presentation really is sort of 2 years worth of summary of the research that we've done in the Gen Z area and what it's going to mean for hospitality going forward. It's become a little bit of a cliche to say that Gen Z are technologically savvy, but they really are the first generation that has grown up pretty much with a smartphone in their hands. Nearly 1 in 4, so it's 23%, spend more than 7 hours on their phone each day. That sounds like it couldn't be possible, but actually if you think, they use it for communication, they watch TV shows, they watch films, they listen to music, they read the news, they do their work, they order their dinner, they order their coffees. There's so much of Gen Z's life experience starts with that phone. So in order to connect with Gen Z, we have to make sure that we're connecting with them on their level and in the way that they want to be connected with. A device, a phone for Gen Z, it's not just a tool they pick up when they need to use it. It's an extension of their existence. It's part of everything that they do. Technology, however, as we've said on so many occasions, it really should be aimed at improving the customer experience. And what's really key here is frictionless technology. If you're looking to build loyalty, you need to have everything that works perfectly for Gen Z, because they expect seamless integration of technology through the consumer experience. So, digital is their default. We asked Gen Z, would you prefer physical printed menus or digital menus on phones and tablets? And this is part of our plan to plate report done in conjunction with Zonal earlier this year. So this is a post-pandemic piece of research. And actually you can see there, 55 plus, they want the physical menus much more, but Gen Z, no, not so much. I'm absolutely fine with it being on a smartphone. COVID has changed a lot of things over the last 12 months. One thing it has really done is fast-tracked any sort of technological and digital innovations. And more so than any other demographic, Gen Z are really impressed by this and they want to continue those innovations. So they want those innovations to keep coming. So the demand for digital is increasing across all age groups, but specifically for Gen Z. So having a venue which offers mobile phone ordering and payment, again, as part of our plan to plate work with Zonal, has it become more important to you over the last 12 months? And 52% of Gen Z said yes. And you can see that only 8% have said less important. So we really are, mobile phone ordering and payment is one thing, but for Gen Z in particular, it's becoming pretty essential. And the thing is that Gen Z are very easily frustrated by poor user experience. So top 5 frustrations in venue you've got here. Trying to get staff attention whilst waiting to pay. For being forced to have to book a table. All of these areas of frustration can be avoided if we have seamless technology. So it's really, really important to gain the loyalty for Gen Zs. It's about making their experience in hospitality as easy as possible. Gen Z are very used to living in this on-demand world. They get news in real time. They can buy a product and get it delivered on the same day. They can access information by asking Alexa. So what they don't want is any unnecessary time spent waiting or any unexplained friction areas in their customer experience within hospitality. And Gen Zs aren't scared by data either. It's there's a misconception sometimes in the hospitality industry and grocery retail actually, that we don't want anybody to have our data. We don't want people to understand personal things with us, but that's just simply not true. With Gen Z, 89% of them said that they would be willing to share more personal information with pubs, bars and restaurant venues as long as they receive more personalised communications. So Gen Zs aren't scared by data, but they do need for us to use it in a positive way and to create a better experience for them. Now, for Gen Z, we already know that health is quite high on the radar for them. Whereas when I was Gen Z age, I would go to the pub after work. They are much more likely now to go to the gym or go and do something that involves them working out, exercising, and doing something that's good for the body and mind. So 11% said that they do more than 1 hour of exercise a day, and 53% said they do more than 30 minutes exercise a day. We're seeing a real influx of social ventures tapping into this fitness craze with this particular age group. Things like a good gym where you're combining exercise and socializing and community causes. All of that is the Gen Z dream. That's exactly what they want. And of course, remember that coming alongside that is what they eat. So 10% of the UK Gen Zs are vegetarian, 11% flexitarian and 4% vegan. The government estimates that around 9 in UK adults are meat eaters compared to just 59% of Generation Z. So it's a real flex on what we are offering in hospitality to keep Gen Z coming back time and time again. They have high expectations of food and drink operators, and choice, transparency and health are becoming the most important factors for us to consider. It's no longer good enough for Gen Z to just have the one vegetarian and the one vegan option on the menu. We need to be looking at vegan, vegetarian, flexitarian, gluten-free, low salt. The idea of meat and 2 veg dinners is over for this generation. It's not what they're looking for. A driver of choice for Gen Z is, am I going to get as good an eating experience as, say, my friend who doesn't eat meat? You need to make sure to keep Gen Z coming back, that we ensure our venues are catering for those increasing demands. They also have a very different relationship with alcohol. 2 in 5 18 to 24-year-olds, 2 in 5 Gen Zs describe themselves as teetotal. That's more than twice the number of UK adults in general. But I don't think this means we need to panic as a hospitality industry. What it means is we've got to just tweak and we've just got to flex what our offering is to them. So Gen Z are drinking low and no drinks rather than drinking alcoholic drinks, or many are drinking low and no drinks alongside alcoholic drinks as a way to regulate their alcohol intake and to drink in moderation and to make sure that they are sticking with that idea of, I want to be healthy but I do want to be social as well. 1 in 4 Gen Zs have purchased a low or no brand in the last 12 months. For me, in hospitality, if you don't have a decent low and no and soft selection, then it's just as bad as not having a decent alcohol selection. And we really, really have to big this up to Gen Z because they want to know what is on offer. They want to feel like a non-drinking alcohol experience is just as good as a drinking alcohol experience. Now, these figures are from pre-COVID. So this is when we spoke to Gen Z and we asked them, what subscriptions do you currently have on your phone? And you can see that 70% had Netflix or a similar sort of film subscription, 56% Spotify or a similar music subscription. This is likely to have grown since COVID. The subscription model is growing overall. Pret now offer or you can drink coffees for a set amount. You can order monthly eco-friendly loo roll, and of course you've got all the sort of HelloFresh and Gusto boxes and Gusto boxes and things like that. We're going to see the subscription addiction grow especially within this particular age group, because they're the ones that are driving it. So what a better way to get a loyal customer to really commit to your brand than to offer them a subscription. And I'm yet to see it being really well done in a pub, bar, or restaurant. So that's a challenge for you guys out there. So Gen Z and millennials really embrace what we call hospitality at home. So, you know, that idea that you can get a finish at home meal kit delivered to your door, of which during the pandemic I had many. We recently carried out some research in conjunction and partnership with Slurp that showed that Gen Z and millennials were particular fans of the at-home hospitality trends. So if you look there, 38% have tried a cook at home meal box, but only 9% of 55 plus. 53% said, well, yeah, well, I'll try it in the future even if I haven't yet. Only 20% of 55-year plus. And 92% of people who had an at-home delivery, a sort of cook-at-home, finish-at-home delivery during the pandemic said, yes, I'd like them to keep delivering after the restrictions lift. And that's 44% of 55. So there's a real opportunity here to create that brand loyalty with your Gen Z customers, because even if they're not coming into your outlets, they are really open to having your outlet come to them. And it's just a great way to strengthen that brand loyalty and keep you front of mind. Now, we know that Gen Z have quite a focus on ethics. It's really important that we consider all the factors at play when a Gen Z person is deciding what brand to buy, what retailer to shop at, what restaurant to eat at, what pub to go to. Obviously, value for money, speed of service, customer service, atmosphere, all of these features, of course, incredibly important. But for around half of Gen Z, so you can see there's 55% said that the impact that the brand has on my health will influence whether I buy into it or not. 48% said their impact on the environment, 44% their ethical stance. We have to, as an industry, understand that who we are and what we do from an ethical sense actually matters this generation. If you want Gen Z to be loyal to your brand, then you have to be unwaveringly loyal to what they believe in. And if you don't, and if you don't really live and breathe those ethics, Gen Z will find out and they will cancel you, as the kids say these days. Authenticity is absolutely crucial. Nurturing and maintaining authenticity is the way to gain credibility and loyalty with Gen Z. Loyalty with Gen Z demands authenticity. You can see there we asked as part of our Gen Z research, which of the following is most likely to influence you to buy a particular product? And way, way ahead of everyone else is the recommendation by friends, because we believe that it's authentic. We believe that our friends are telling us the truth. And it's a real way to connect with Gen Z is to embrace the challenges that you face, you know, own your screw ups, apologize for your screw ups, and then get on with being the best you that you can be as a brand. You know, Gen Z want to feel like a brand is their friend. They want to feel like they can trust you. They also connect massively with hospitality brands online. So you need to make sure you're there. You need to make sure you're talking their language. It needs to be real, it needs to be true, it needs to be authentic. 53% of Gen Z connect with a hospitality brand on Instagram, 34% on Facebook, 33% on TikTok, 28% on Twitter. It's really important, according to this research that we conducted in conjunction with Zonal, it's really, really important that you have a presence on all of these different areas. Now, they can also be your biggest fans and your most vocal fans. So 80% of Gen Z say they've left a review for a pub, bar, or restaurant at least once. What would make them more likely to leave a customer review? 33%, if they could do it on their smartphone. 31%, collecting loyalty points and rewards for leaving reviews. If you could do it on your smartphone by the same time you pay your bill. And again, we're going back to that thought of making Gen Z's participation in hospitality as convenient and as easy as possible. And the prevalence of smartphone usage, remember, go back to the 7 hours a day on the phone, is having a real impact here. You need to make it as easy as possible for them to leave you those reviews. And when we're talking about loyalty, and if we go back to that page there, you see 31% said if you could collect loyalty points for rewards, they'd be more likely to leave you reviews. It's really, really important to have a loyalty scheme that fits what Gen Z wants. So how much influence do loyalty schemes have on where we choose to eat or drink currently? So 18% saying a lot, 51% saying some. You know, that's a huge joint amount of Gen Zs who would be interested in who would make decisions based on loyalty schemes. And you can see there as well, 45% would be interested in joining a loyalty card scheme if offered, and 43% said maybe. So you've got 88% of Gen Z who have an interest in loyalty scheme within hospitality. And then when we ask them how would they prefer their loyalty program to look, the most popular rewards are things like receiving points for every pound that you spend. You know, we're creatures of habit. Many of us will have experience of using loyalty cards in supermarkets, and that's exactly the same for Gen Z. So they want something that they understand, that they've used before. It's also a little bit about instant gratification, which has always been a sort of trait that we see in Gen Z. The idea of I want something to reward me and I want it now and quickly, I want to be able to use it easily, is very important to Gen Z. And remember that they are happy to share personal information if they get a more personalized service. And that's where loyalty schemes can come in. So, Gen Z, what do we need to do? We need to understand them. We need to know what makes them tick. We need to know what they like and what they don't like. We need to empathize with them. We need to understand their challenges and try to help them to overcome them. We need to connect with them, but we need to connect with them on their level, not on our level. And if you can do all of those things, then you can build loyalty that will last a lifeline with Gen Z. Thank you so much for joining me. And I hope that the research that we've gone through today has been useful to you. Please do drop me an email with any questions, or if you'd like a copy of these slides, my email address is right there, katy@kam-media.co.uk. Please do go onto our website, kam-media.co.uk/resources, where you will find a plethora of free insights to help you to understand today's hospitality customer. Thank you very much.